Hello and welcome back to the final, well, we think it's the final simulation of our Season 0 Round 1 tournament. We have Josh Allen. We're going to put him through the ringer today. Of course, yesterday we had two new purchases of NFTs, our QB Club NFTs. We had Cam Ward and Brock Purdy. We ran them both through the ringer against this Jets defense, and the Jets defense, man, they were just unstoppable. Or unbeatable, I would say, yesterday against Purdy and against Cam Ward. And unfortunately, neither of them were able to crack the top 8. The top 8, of course, will head on to round 2 in a tournament-style format. We will seed them all. So as it stands right now, Jared Goff would be the number 1 seed. Jordan Love would be 2. Aaron Rodgers 3. Patrick Mahomes 4. Bryce Young 5. Sam Darnold 6, Justin Herbert 7, and Trevor Lawrence would be the 8th seed. Of course, Josh Allen and his sim might have something to say for it. Allen, if he can eclipse 11.24 fantasy points against the Jets, then he will make the tournament, and Trevor Lawrence will bounce out the bottom. Now, we've said it before. Unfortunately, we had we were in discussions with some folks about some of the remaining NFTs, most notably Jackson Dart was one of them, Daniel Jones was another, but those transactions did not get completed before today's deadline. Well, today the deadline is today, I guess is what I'm saying. So if they do get completed by the end of today, then we're going to run those simulations tomorrow. So I hate to take away some of the drama here because man, I do think that this is probably the last sim, and this would be it would just be a heightened drama. And the Trevor Lawrence owner would know for sure if he's in or out, whether Josh Allen can get over that 11.24 point mark. But unfortunately, he's going to be on pins and needles for another few hours here. As we work through and see if we can get some more owners. Also, if you're watching and you want to get involved, we've had a lot of questions about whether or not people can get involved, and some of it's just people just don't. They're not familiar with crypto and they're not comfortable getting wallets, and they don't necessarily trust our custody because you really got to know someone. To trust them to custody your assets, and I get that. So I think a lot of the people that did contact us and wanted us to custody their NFTs, we know them, we're comfortable with them, so we get it. If you're not comfortable with NFTs, not holding them yourself, then we get it. You can head on over to Magic Eden, though, magiceden.us/marketplace. Let me do this again. magiceden.us/marketplace/QBC, and you'll be able to check us out. The QB Club League number 01 is our QBs. And you can see everything that's remaining. I think there's about 17 remaining. I can take you through some of the names. Quinn Ewers, Kirk Cousins, Dylan Gabriel, Shadur Sanders, Jackson Dart, Anthony Richardson, Joe Milton, Tua, who's, I should say Tagovailoa, but Tagovailoa. And I don't even know that's how you pronounce it. It always just kills me. Tagovailoa. Kyler Murray, Michael Penix, Tyler Shuck, C.J. Stroud, Daniel Jones, Bo Nix, couple more here. Let me scroll down the screen. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and Drake May. And I'm shocked that some of those are still there because if you've been following us, you know that our NFTs are actually tokenized player cards. And in the case of people like young players especially, we took cards from 2025 and 2024. So Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, those are all rookie cards. So underlying your NFT, you have a real-world asset, a card. And really, I think Solana is the only viable blockchain that would allow you to kind of create this sort of animal, this sort of product, where it's so cheap, so fast to do that we can create them, we can tokenize them, and get them out there to you guys. So there they are. They are for sale. If you buy them by the end of the day today, we will run them through the simulation. So I know that probably takes away a little of the drama with today's sim, because we're not going to know if it's open still or closed. But that's just where we are right now. I'm just kind of letting you all know. We'll see. This could very well be the last game, but it may not be. So sorry for the long introduction here, folks. Let's remove our leaderboard from the screen, and then we can get going with our Jets-Bills simulation. 3-minute quarters, as we've been doing throughout the simulation, which has made it kind of interesting. Certainly quite interesting. And the Bills will be the home team. They'll have some clear weather, 8:15, everything. We're just trying to keep everything nice and uniform across all our simulations. We'll see if we have to do our normal or our occasional restart here, or if they'll let us just go right to the kickoff.
And now, please welcome your Buffalo Bills.
Josh Allen is rated a 99, which obviously the highest you can go in the game. I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I did write everyone's rating down. Lamar Jackson was a 94. Dak Prescott 91. Matt Stafford was a 98, our MVP. Patrick Mahomes 92. Joe Burrow, who did not even make the top 8 because of 2 interceptions against the Jets defense, mind you, that had 0 interceptions in 2025. Well, Joe Burrow played them, and he found a way to throw 2 of them. All right, we don't have to do a restart here. We'll go right to the kickoff, and the Bills will kick off to the Jets. But, I bet Drake May is probably close to a 90 at this point, and Jaden Daniels is probably high 80s. Those names are still out there. Caleb Williams had a phenomenal season, so he's probably high 80s. Let's see.
Every team stresses it all week.
Double tight slot there, but they don't run. Taylor will tuck it though, and he'll take it for about 17. We selected the Jets here because we thought that a lot of teams would just pummel them. They are the lowest rated team, 74. The Titans, we saw Cam Ward yesterday, the Titans were 75. But somehow the Jets have really been competitive in these games. It's Mitchell. And the Jets are moving the ball against this Bills defense. 2 first downs.
Good for a Jets first down.
It's pretty evident, Mike.
Of course, it doesn't matter who wins these games. It doesn't matter what teams win. It's just sort of neat to track.
The timing, the accuracy of both the route and
little play action. He's going to throw it. Oh, I thought he was going to take it deep, but then he winds up getting sacked. Looks like Ed Oliver on that one.
Big Ed Oliver in there for the sack. Worked his way through.
A little under the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Got to watch that clock with these 3-minute quarters.
To the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Of course, McDermott was fired in the offseason. Didn't seem right. Just didn't seem right. 2nd and 15. Going to go to the ground, and Breece Hall, who looks like he's going to get stopped for about a 1-yard loss.
He's back to the original line.
Now we have a 3rd and long.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case,
big play here. The Josh Allen NFT holder. Can't remember who it was. I should know these things offhand. It was one of our initial draftees. Oh, it looks like that hit Garrett Wilson right in the chest, and he wasn't able to corral it. 4th down, and they will have to punt. Austin McNamara will come in.
Let's
see where he can place this ball.
Contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing
Like
the
he
incomplete
kicks it
pass.
pretty high. Fair
This
catch
will
called,
go
but
down as a punt inside the
not
20
bad. It goes out of
as
bounds.
It continues out of bounds.
And Josh Allen will come out. Now,
To go to work for the first time. They're led out by the NFL's most
he's got to
valuable
eclipse
player in
11 points. I mean, really what you're
quarterback
hoping for is
Josh Allen.
2
I think in
touchdowns.
today's modern
2 touchdowns
NFL,
should get him
you
in the
have
top 3 or
ability to
4.
create a quarterback and all the qualities that
Goes
come
for a
along
quick
with it.
pass.
Josh Allen's at or near the top of the list. What it means by that, Mike,
Incomplete.
is he's big. He's
Somewhat
mobile. He
catchable,
can
but he did
run
get
to
popped
escape,
as well.
But he can also run as a designed option. And then, of course, in the passing game, he can make every throw. He's smart. He
I think we've
elevates
seen
those around
4
him.
Jets
The last piece of
interceptions
the
in
puzzle,
these
can he
20.
get over the hump and
22
have that
games?
postseason success to really put
Not a
him
lot,
in
and
that upper
of course not a
echelon?
team that has had a lot of interceptions. There's James Cook, and what's unique about watching him play in the sim is that the #1 seed will win our James Cook NFT for when we release our running back NFT collection, which should be in April or so. We're going to be doing a running back collection and also a wide receiver / tight end collection. We're going to loop in, for now, we're going to loop in the wide receivers and tight ends into one league. Allen is back. He's going to take to the ground. He's going to, wow. 20, what, there you go, 23 yards on the ground. Ground yards, the rushing yards are always key.
So a big
23 yards on the
touchdown
ground is
takes us
2.3
to the
points.
break.
23
Nothing
yards in
yet
the
on
air
scoreboard.
wouldn't even be 1 point.
More after this. You're watching the NFL.
So after one,
right here on
You know,
EA
we've
Sports.
gone through some quarters
Set to go
where,
now on
first quarters where the
and
Jets
10.
have had the ball the entirety of the quarter.
The Bills with
So
it to
those 2
start
points,
quarter
he's
number
ahead of the
2.
game. Is James Cook again. This is what we thought was going to happen to the Jets defense.
Good run there. It'll give him 5 yards.
Malachi Moore, 27.
Brings up 2nd and
Think.
4.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 4.
I know, you think as a Jets fan I would know all the numbers. There's a quick pass out to the side. Looks like Shakir. Just about 2 yards.
To a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
I mean, you could go for it here on 4th down. You might see a run here. Anyway, I moved to Massachusetts a few years back, and I do not pay for the NFL package. I might, going forward, with the start of this project. Here's Shakir. Oh, he didn't get it. Are the Bills going to punt?
To the 2-minute warning.
Mitch Wishnowsky.
Oh,
Drive
brutal.
stalls out, and here's the Aussie Mitch Wishnowsky to punt.
Brutal. He hit him right in the chest, and he dropped it.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds.
What does that mean? They go out of bounds off the side? Where are we? 29. What an awful punt. My God.
This game out, so they'll try it again in this scoreless game with first
Taylor's
and 10.
got an empty backfield. He's going to throw, but he's going down again. He had some time there. Had some time. Just could not pull the trigger.
It's a loss of 8.
The clock seemed to
This
stop
is what
there,
you
but
don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse,
it wasn't a
the good
2-minute
ones,
warning,
they
I
can
don't think. I
keep
think we
their
already
eyes
passed that.
downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
So I think that was my phone. I hope you guys didn't hear that, which probably did. Taylor back in the shotgun again, 2nd and 18. He's going to throw. He's got a guy. He's got Mitchell. He's way short still, though. 1:05 left on the clock. I guess the clock must have been running there. Sometimes in the cutscenes, they do stop it. Surprised you don't see Buffalo taking a timeout. But you know, the clock is just ticking down 45 seconds. Just seemed to be no rush to snap the ball here. Nine, 8. I mean, they're just letting that clock roll down. Brutal to watch. Now he's getting a little anxious. And he snaps it.
Here's Taylor.
Third down. He's looks like he's going to go back.
The pressure gets
Bosa.
him. Down he goes.
3 sacks now for the Bills, and that one loses tons of yards. Timeout Bills.
First of their timeouts.
Maybe they should have used one
5
before.
seconds till halftime.
The AI on these last, on the 2-minute drill is one of our biggest complaints. I would say, yeah, I mean, my 2 biggest complaints with the Sims have been the AI at the end of the quarters. Go back to watch the J.J. McCarthy simulation, which just absolutely destroyed the Vikings and McCarthy's chances. I think, they had second and goal from the 3 with about a minute to go. I think less than a minute. And they were down 4, and they kicked a field goal, which was shocking. About 8 yards on the pass. They are going to give him that, I think, right?
They're second as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
All right, 2nd and 1. They did give it to him. 13 seconds to go. One more timeout. I've got 2.74 points for Allen. I mean, right now you think they're probably thinking field goal. They're getting across the middle. They are in field goal range. They're going to take that timeout. Yep.
Inside the opponent's 35. Now his timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
I did not hear the gain on that. I thought I heard 25 at the 31. So it was, 25. Let's give him 25. That's going to give him 36 on the day. 3.74 points, and now they're going to try to put 3 on the board before the half. The Bills will get the ball in the second half.
Raiders kick is good.
And it goes through, and that's
Here late in the first half to take the lead.
that's the end of the half.
Finally, someone breaks this scoreless stalemate. It's been like a rock.
No, we got 4 seconds left in the half still.
Make no mistake about it, Mike. With points being so hard to come by here early,
We'll see what happens here in the kickoff. If they put it through the end zone, it looks like they do. Jets will get the ball to 35, but only 4 seconds to go. See if he gets a little time, if he can chuck one deep. We've seen a longer touchdown pass than this from Taylor. He's got time. Throw it. He launches one. You wouldn't mind a touchdown if you were the Josh Allen NFT holder here. You always kind of want them to have reason to throw.
And that is how this first half will come to an end.
So we're going to see a little Scott
Mike,
Hansen
thanks
here.
very much. Welcome in,
And
everyone,
maybe
to
at
our
the end,
studios
occasionally
in
they do
Orlando.
show the
Scott
stats.
Hansen with you, and we'll keep
But
it
they
brief because the
oftentimes
story
will
has
lump
been
in
brief. Just one
passing
field
yards
goal
plus
as we
receiving
play
yards.
on
So there you go,
3-0.
61.
I was promised there'd be touchdowns, so let's find out if we could get one in the
But
third
that
quarter.
includes his 23-yard
Send it back out
scramble.
to our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Should have given him 38 yards passing. I had him a little bit less than that, so I'll adjust up to 38. Let's see if that's a little more accurate in the end. Bills will get the ball in the second half, get it out to the 30. Not a bad return. Again, they're never exciting. They never break a few tackles. They never have a nice, a nice open running lane. They always seem to get tackled around the 25-30. Hand off to James Cook. Sorry for the darkness there. It goes dark if I don't touch the controller every once in a while.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first
These
down
rushing games,
without
if it's
having
not
to
the
get
quarterback
to third
running,
down? We see it here. Big explosive
sometimes
run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
sometimes hurts the QB production. They'll go to Cook again about 4. The number 1 seed will win the James Cook NFT. I think number 2, DK Metcalf. Number 3, Garrett Wilson. Some others beyond that. I know Sam Laporta is one. Jalen Waddle is one. Chris Olave is one.
From the gun.
We're finally going to throw here in the second half. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a guy, but two Jets, one Bill.
But it falls incomplete. Khalil Shakir, the intended target.
Couldn't exactly get behind him. Third down, big third down here. Got to give it to the Jets defense again. I got a feeling we got to see a conversion here, though.
In motion, Shakir.
Ball at the 44.
On third down, it's Allen.
Allen hits. Who is 18?
And he'll be taking
Brandon
over.
Cooks.
They are in business inside the 30-yard
The
line.
veteran.
I
forgot that he was there. Nice throw. Cooks had a step or two. Well, a step kind of between that zone.
Mike, those are quarterback
He had a step on the
downs.
corner,
Those are
kind of
downs
got
you tend to find yourself in a
the ball right
must-pass
underneath the
situation,
safety.
and
Good
that's where
throw,
the top
good catch.
guys in the league are still capable of overcoming
Nice route.
it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for
I'm telling you, man, it looked to me like he's a magician. I swear he put out the empty hand.
The situation or the
And then magically
distance,
Cook had the
linebackers
ball.
have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play.
So I have Allen with 4.86 points. You'd really like to see, I mean, all of these yards eaten up. This is not what you want. Cooks for about 15. He's been eating up the rushing yards. Not good for Josh Allen. A rushing touchdown for Allen from here, a nice scramble to the end zone would be great. Would be key.
Let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you
I think
here.
the most
Continue to mix
rushing yards we've seen, a little toss here to
extend this lead.
the fullback.
Brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
6-yard pickup.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work, but in this
We had
case,
Gardner
this guy's
Minshew
showing
had
off. Hey, Coach,
41 yards
I got the ball in
rushing.
my hands. I can do some things.
You know, you'd think a Lamar Jackson might have had a good game,
So
but
these two teams take the long
not many
walk to
yards
the
rushing
opposite
for
end of
him.
the stadium. We've come to the end of
I
the
feel
third
like
quarter.
Justin
Back
Herbert.
with more
No,
after
Herbert
the
had
break.
none
You're tuned in to the NFL
in his sim.
on EA Sports.
Jordan Love had a
Now on
touchdown,
2nd and 4.
12 yards rushing. Rushing touchdown, that is.
Fourth quarter
There's
begins
Cook,
with
but he's
a
going to get
run
popped. He
by
did
Cook.
look like he possibly could break free there, but didn't.
Talk things over before third down.
A loss of 1. It's
Fourth
now
quarter.
3rd and 5.
70 pass yards for Allen, 23 on the ground. That's 5.1 fantasy points, which has him on the outside looking in here. Just started the fourth quarter. Optimally, a rushing touchdown would be great here from the 6.
From the gun, it's Allen.
He's going to throw it instead, and Cooks is going to make the catch.
In the back of the end zone.
I'll give you the quick update. I got him at 76 yards passing and a passing touchdown. 23 yards rushing would produce 11.34 points, which does, I mean, listen, my numbers are unofficial.
Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of
So,
his hand, but you have to win
you
as
know,
a receiver quickly and give the
it's a little
quarterback somewhere to go
difficult
with the
to
ball.
know whether or
It was
not my
that
numbers are
quickness at the
correct
line
or
of
not.
scrimmage that led to
But
that
right now,
touchdown.
I have
Now the veteran
Allen at
for the extra point.
11.3. 11.34.
Is good. And the Bills are out.
And Trevor Lawrence was 11.24. So at this moment, Trevor Lawrence would get bounced. Now, this game is not over. We've seen a lot of crazy endings, especially with a full 3 minutes, 2:53 on the clock.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is
And of
out to
course, the
kick it away.
problem here is that if the Jets score,
Return, here comes
it is very possible the Bills could just run out the clock.
20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more.
Jets have 2 timeouts remaining. The Bills have all 3, but the Bills, it doesn't really matter at this point. You need pretty much a quick score. Taylor's going to roll and going to run it. Not get a lot there. He's going to get fobbed.
With nobody open downfield, he's got no choice but to turn into a runner. They end up rallying to the ball, and they limit to a minimal gain.
They'll come up for 2nd and 9.
He'll throw it quickly. He's got a guy as Brees Hall. Somehow keeps his feet. Are they going to give him the first down? They do. They got to hustle a little bit more here. It's 2:10 remaining. They're in the huddle. This is destroying me, Madden. They're going to just take the 2-minute warning here, which is brutal. Brutal.
Fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the
We need a quick score. We need an onside kick. And we need, basically, we're looking at potential overtime. That's the only way we're going to get any more points for Josh Allen. And I really don't trust my own calculation here, so right now I would even just pretend they're tied. Pretend they're tied at the moment. Jets just continue to let the clock roll down, and I mean, there's just nothing going on here. The Jets have not been shut out this entire process. All of our simulations, no shutouts. Taylor's going to roll and get sacked. So this is the best. This is the best defensive performance that we've seen against this Jets team.
And now they can gain some of that back with that sack, and brings up 3rd and medium, and the likelihood of getting off the field just went up.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before.
All right, Taylor, what do you got? He's going to throw it deep. He's got. Oh, it's caught by Mitchell. Touchdown. That's what you needed. That's what you needed. I thought he was throwing it to Mason Taylor there. It's hard to tell. Taylor was open too. Probably more open than Mitchell. 1:05 left on the clock. The Jets are going to kick the extra. If they kick the extra point, we're going to have a 10-7.
It's not going to be easy.
Now you think they'll probably onside kick. We're going to have the 2 timeouts. Unfortunately, no 2-minute warning. So even if they don't get the onside kick, could they get it back? I don't know. But because of the timeouts, the Bills may be forced to run some plays. I mean, you're going to probably see James Cook. But Josh Allen's been known to do some running too. So let's see what happens. I mean, see some close onside kicks. This is not going to be one of them.
That's a big risk in this situation here, Mike. They're hoping to catch him by surprise.
Bills get it. 102 left on the clock. 2 timeouts. Let's see what happens.
To extend their lead.
I mean, I don't think we're in take a knee territory.
The Bills offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession.
I gotta think maybe they'll hit the ground here.
No real need to use them. They're not going to be able to stop the clock.
I don't know to what extent they have, planned runs in the playbook for Josh Allen. You would think they would, but here's Cook. And that's going to be the game. Cook's going to take that. Wow. Wow, breaks it for a touchdown. So, the Jets escape being shut out. And then they give up the 30-yard touchdown to James Cook.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about.
We're going to have to see now
Be ready for this guy. He's got something special.
whether or not the statistics play out in Josh Allen's favor. And I tell you, if it winds up being a tie, we'll do a head-to-head. I think, we might have. I might not be able to do that. I think we do have rules. I think we have official rules that I'd have to go by. I don't even know what they are. I think it might be passing yards is the tiebreaker.
17-7.
17-7. This is, at this point, a little anticlimactic. the Jets will get the ball. Can we return one for a touchdown? Can we return one for a touchdown? That would be nice. No, not Davis. Wingru maybe, but Davis, no. I don't even know why they let him catch those.
The Jets offense starting to trot out for this next possession.
Let's see what you can do, Tyra. Tyrod Taylor has played very well in these simulations. He's taken a bunch of sacks here today.
They put Wilson in
But
motion.
I think he's still unsigned. There's Mason Taylor. They're gonna call the timeout. It looks like, yep. 48 seconds. Now at this point in the game,
all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in
I
desperate need of
personally, I think you get in a field goal range, you kick it, right? So you get the ball at 35, then you kick it.
To find themselves back into this game.
Try to get it back. They're still a long ways away here. 42.
Final minute.
A long way to go. He's going to swing it out to Breece Hall, who's got some space, but a nice tackle. And again, he doesn't seem to be looking to get out of bounds there. They do have one timeout left, but they're choosing not to take it at this point, which seems a little silly. Down 10. As they, we've seen this before. It's actually fairly quick to the line. Normally, there's a big one. He's got his guy, John Mechie. 19 seconds, they call timeout. I think, personally, for me, I would kick the field goal here.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because...
And then see if you can get the onside.
He threw it. I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of
Aaron Glenn is not listening to me. You got to think they're going to be throwing it pretty close to the end zone here. Taylor steps into the rush and then throws it away. Kicked the field goal. Oh, it was over the line. That's one of the, we've seen a couple of pass interference. I tried to change some settings, but apparently I didn't get all of them. Or I didn't do it properly. Because we've seen some pass interference, and we have seen some illegal forward pass across the line of scrimmage plays. Taylor's going to throw that one away, too. I mean, listen, you're down 10. Just throw it up in the air at this point. Give your guy a chance. You have 9 seconds remaining. Unbelievable.
Third down's just a little bit more manageable because now after the incomplete,
my way would have been better.
Find themselves in third pass.
Taylor in the shotgun throws another one away. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Let's see if they kick a field goal here. With 4 seconds to go, the game's over, I think. The field goal is going to take 2 or 3 seconds. An onside kick would take at least a couple seconds. They're not even kicking the field goal.
But you just simply throw that one away.
Aaron Glenn's not good at math. If you watch some of the games, he's just not good at the math. I had a couple guys there. I had Garrett Wilson and had Mitchell down there. Didn't work out. 17-7. Jets take the loss. We'll have to check out these final stats. So the Jets go 23 games, all of them on the road, all of them against teams rated better than them, and they go 14-9 in our simulation, beating a number of really solid teams. The 49ers yesterday. Did they beat the 49ers? They did. 7-3, they just beat the 49ers. Some crazy games that we've seen. This one, that was a nice catch by Mitchell. Kind of made things interesting for a moment, but then James Cook closed the door on that. I guess ironic that James Cook had a really solid game, one of the better games we've seen from a running back, given that our number 1 seed, Jared Goff, is very likely going to earn himself the James Cook NFT. We'll check out the player stats. Guys, this is big here. Let's check out these calculations. I had 76 yards passing Ooh, yes, I was on the screw. 76. 1 touchdown, no interceptions. We'll go to the rushing yards. Allen had 1 carry for 23 yards. That's what we had. No fumbles. And we always check out the receiving, but just to run through and make sure that we don't see any names if I missed anything, but nope. And there you have it, guys. Josh Allen, 11.34 points. Barely scraping by Trevor Lawrence, who had 11.24 points. So Lawrence will not make it to round 2. Josh Allen will sneak in at number 8 seed. However, we're still open for business. The Magic Eden Marketplace is still open. And if anyone wants to get involved and throw a monkey wrench into this leaderboard, by all means, pick up an NFT and we will run those through tomorrow. Otherwise, we're going to start round 2. We'll be out with the bracket. Let's call it, I don't know, let's call it 7 p.m. tonight. We're gonna cut it off. So if you're around and you want to get involved and you want to go over to Magic Eden to pick up an NFT, go do it. And if you do it by 7 p.m. today, we will include it. We will run the simulation tomorrow and go from there. But if you do not, then we're done. Josh Allen makes the cut. Trevor Lawrence is out. Hell, I'd love to see, you know what? As a Jets fan, I'd love to see Josh Allen be on the cusp of elimination for another few simulations. So, by all means, pick up an NFT. Let's keep this thing going. And regardless, we'll be checking with you tomorrow to see what is the next step in our Season 0 simulation. I will see you guys tomorrow.